The television stations you watch in your home is a marvel of engineering. In the last video, we talked about how television stations move from broadcasting studios like the CNN, the Al Jazeera, the Super Sports, down to your own home, the comfort of your home. In today's video, we're talking about geostationary orbits. We also talk about geostationary satellites. We talk about satellite longitudinal angles and why there are differences in elevation of satellite dish from different locations on Earth. Just stick with us. Now, let's start with geostationary orbits. When we talk about Earth's orbit, we have what we call the low Earth orbit, where you have your Starlink. We also have the median Earth orbit, where you have your GPX. We have the high Earth orbit, which is used for weather tracking. These ones are very closer to the moon. Now, our orbit of interest is geostationary orbits. Like you can see, the name is unique, right? Very unique. Geo means Earth, and stationary means something that is fixed, that is not moving. Good. Now, these orbits are not just fixed, they are imaginary. Scientists have calculated the distance by which these satellites can be launched so that they can revolve at a specific time. Now, when we talk about the geostationary orbits, let me assume this is the Earth. Like you're looking at the Earth from the top. Now, this is the geostationary orbit. Now, if you look at the Earth from the top, let's assume that you cut the Earth into two equal halves. This now is the equator. This plane is the equator. Just like you cut your orange into two equal halves. Now this is the middle, this is the center. Now the orbit around this is what we call the geostationary orbit. Now, why is it called geostationary orbit? It is called geostationary orbit because the satellites that are found on this orbit seems to be stationary relative to an observer here on Earth. An observer here on Earth sees this satellite to be stationary. And what is that observer? Our satellite dishes are the observers. Now, why is this stationary? Now, you can remember that the Earth, as it is, has an axis here. It spins around its axis. Earth spins around its axis. The Earth spins. No, so as it's rotating around its axis, this particular satellite revolves around the Earth. Now, the time it takes this Earth to complete one complete rotation is 23 hours, 54 minutes, and 4 seconds. That's the time it takes the Earth to rotate from east down to the west, the rotation which causes night and day. And the time it takes this satellite to revolve around this Earth is also 23 hours, 54 minutes, and 4 seconds. So therefore, an observer here on Earth will see this as being stationary because they are moving they complete their cycle in the same time. They are not moving at the same speed, but they complete their cycle in the same time. Now this takes 23 hours, 54 minutes and 4 seconds, and this takes 23 hours, 54 minutes and 4 seconds to revolve around this. So an observer here sees this satellite as stationary, which is our satellite dish. Just like you in the train, you are in a train 1, and this is train 2, moving at the same speed. You, an observer here in this train, will see this train as stationary because both of them are moving at the same speed. So that is our geostationary satellites. That's why it's called geostationary. It's not that it is the satellite in it as stationary, but they are moving at the same speed. Now that brings us to satellites in this geostationary orbits. Now, satellites in these geostationary orbits are basically for communication. Imagine you track your satellite dish. And every now and then, you are going to rotate it, you are going to align it. You are going to align it based on time. That would be rigorous, that would be frustrating. So, since this satellite appears to be stationary to an observer on Earth, this is used for television broadcasting. It's also used for radio broadcasting because it appears stationary. So satellites on this, satellites in geostationary orbits are for communication. Now that takes us to the next topic which we'll have. Let's look at satellite longitudinal angles. I believe you all know about satellite dish. For a satellite dish, there is a scale at the back where you have angles in degrees. A lot of people mistake these angles for satellite longitudinal angles. If you are an installer, I'm in West Africa presently, Nigeria precisely, we have satellites like 36 degree east, which we normally connect to, that is the DSTV satellite. We also have satellite like 28 degree east, which is the Astra 2, which is the Ghana satellite. We have satellite like the 16 degree east, which is the Cameroonian satellite. We also have satellite like the 7 degree west, which is NISAT. So these are satellite longitudinal angles. But a lot of people confuse these longitudinal angles with angles on the back of the dish, which is wrong. Now when you look at this, we have satellite that is 68 degree, which is the Intelsat 20. Intelsat 20. This satellite is used for DSTV in South Africa. It's also used for the gospel channels in Nigeria and other parts of West Africa. Now, a lot of people mistake these angles for this, but let me tell you the difference. Now, this is our Earth. If you are conversant with geography, you will know that this Earth is divided into, this is the equator. This is the equator, and this is longitude. This is the Greenwich meridian. This is longitude 0. This is latitude 0. Latitude 0 degree, and this is longitude 0 degree. You are aware that we have different lines of longitudes. We have different lines of longitudes. And each of these longitudes has an angle. Now, this is our Earth, and this is our geostationary satellite. This is Earth. On this plane, this is the equatorial plane. Equatorial plane. This is the equatorial plane. On this plane, like you cut your orange into two, this is the equatorial plane. Now, on this plane, you have these satellites attached to them. Now, these satellites you see that are attached to them. Now, if this place now, okay, let's divide this into lines of longitudes. Let's divide this into lines of longitudes. More like. Now, every satellite here corresponds to a line of longitudes. Every satellite in this orbit corresponds to a line of longitude. Just like, let's assume I have an imaginary orbit here, a satellite here, corresponding to this, a satellite here corresponds to this. Now, let's call this 28.2 degree. Okay, let's call it 68 degree east. Now let's call this satellite here 42.1 degree east. Now let's call another satellite somewhere here. Let's call it 7 degree west. Now this is what we call satellite longitudinal position. So that's why you always see an installer say, I'm trying to align my dish to 16 degree. I'm trying to align my dish to 68 degree. I'm trying to align my dish to 42 degree. That does not mean that those angles correspond with the angles on your dish. Those angles on your dish are basically for elevation. They're basically for elevation. Now, let's move to the next one, which is why satellites in different parts of the earth have different elevation. Okay. Now, take for example, I'm in Nigeria, and this is the position of Nigeria on the map. Somewhere between latitude 4 degree north and latitude 15 degree north. This is the position of Nigeria. Now take for example, this is the position of South Africa. Good. Let's assume that we want to align our dish to this satellite, which is 68 degree. In Nigeria, let me show you what happens. In Nigeria, this dish tends to face down like this. This dish tends to face down. Why? Because we are in the north of the equator. We're in the north of the equator. And this is a distant satellite. This satellite is aligned to this longitude. This is a distant satellite. Now, from this point, you tend to look down. You tend to look down. Can I use something else? Can I use another ink for that? Let me use another ink to show this. Now, Now this satellite tends to face down. I'm using red. Can you see it? From this point, the satellite tends to face down. That is why our dish here is somehow lower. Now, but for an installer in South Africa, which is this point here, south of equator, to align to this particular satellite, his dish has to face up like this. His dish has to face up like this. Up. This one down. Same satellite, different elevation. Same satellite, different elevation. So you can see how longitudinal positions of satellite affects our elevation depending on where we are on Earth. Now for somebody who is somewhere here, probably there is another longitude here. These guys who are installers will always face their dish to the east. But for somebody who is on this longitude, we face his dish towards the west, no longer east. This guy is facing east, this guy is facing, but somebody who is here will face it. Let's assume you align the satellite that is here. This guy will face here. This guy may not be able to get it, or he may be able to get it via sky mount. But somebody here will face his dish to the west. Are you getting it? So satellite longitudinal position affects both angle of elevation and the azimuth, north, east, west. Now, satellites on this geostationary orbit does not cover the entire Earth. They don't cover the entire Earth. In our next video, we'll discuss something on that. Please, if you're watching our video for the very first time, please hit that subscribe button. Like this video so that you can promote it. By the end of this satellite masterclass, you will have a lot to gain. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.